Hey, welcome to Hungry Nordic. I'm Amanda. Today I'm going to show you how to prep some burgers for cooking sous vide with Ziploc bags and a bowl of water. This is for you, Mike. He had trouble getting the air out of Ziploc bags, so I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing this with a few tips for how to make it go smoothly. Alright, I've got my Ziploc bags with the tops folded back so that it's easier to keep from getting raw meat on the outside. So I've got the hand that's got raw meat, and the hand that's holding the Ziploc bags is not handling the raw meat. This is how I get them all in. I'm putting each burger in a separate bag today, partly to avoid overcrowding and partly because Mr. Hungry Nordic and I have been going through Ziploc bags like crazy since we've got this new kitchen gadget to play with. I'm going to wash my hands. Alright, I'm back with clean hands. I'm going to take my first burger, fold that Ziploc bag back, and I'm going to actually seal all but just the last couple inches. And now I'm going to slowly lower this into the water. And I'm straightening out the corners of the bag and helping that patty retain its shape a little bit better. If you actually freeze patties, I've heard that that makes this really easy, and that makes sense. But these are not frozen patties, so I'm just gently immersing it in the water. And now I've got about an inch of Ziploc bag above the surface of the water. I'm going to make sure I know which side. There's the side that's open still, and so this side that's already sealed up, I can submerge that part of the zipper as well. And now that it's pretty well submerged and I don't see any big air bubbles. There's a few tiny ones, I'm not going to worry about those, but I don't see any big air bubbles. I'm going to seal it up right above the surface of the water. Now I'll do this again so you guys can see and get lots of practice watching and then practice at home. This is one of those things that gets better, it's easier as you practice it. So this one I'm even going to shuffle that burger patty up a little bit because it was getting so close to the bottom, it was squishing the bottom of the burger. Not that it really matters if the burger is not perfectly round, but I'm kind of a perfectionist sometimes. Okay, so again, I'm lowering it into this cool water, and I'm leaving just a little bit above the surface. Verify this is the open side for this one, so that's the part that I'm going to leave above the water. Make sure there's no more big air bubbles. And let's see if I can get shut. Now if you are really handy with this, what you could do is you could just do this in your sous vide hot water bath. And get one more here, and I'm leaving this corner open. So the thing is, if you've got a hot water bath that you're doing this in, you're not going to want to stick your hands in the water, so you'd look more like this. You'd be keeping your hands out of the water and trying to get it go down. That hasn't worked very well for me. I tried. So I like doing it in cool water, and I can use my hand to help press it down in and get those air bubbles out. And then I've noticed that when I am putting them into the sous vide, the heat causes those little air bubbles that are still in there to expand and rise, and you don't want your meat floating around in the hot water. You want it submerged in the hot water to cook. So what I do is I just get most of the air bubbles out this way, and I don't worry about it if there's a few little ones. And then when I put them into the hot water, if those air bubbles are showing up, then I just kind of reenact this right here, pretend that's hot water and I'm putting in the hot water bath. If there's a new air bubble, I'll just open up the corner again, let that air bubble out. If I need to get a utensil, I can get a utensil to help push it down, and seal it up. And if you really are doing this a lot, which Mr. Nordic and I have been doing this quite a bit lately, partly because it's a new gadget in our kitchen to play with, partly because it's really awesome. If we keep this up, we might just get a vacuum sealer, which would make this all quite a bit easier. But for the time being, this is working just fine, and we're having lots of fun playing and learning how this works. And, oh, I forgot to seal this part away, so I'll just seal it now. A couple things not to stress about when you're trying to do this. Don't make it harder than it is. If you splash a little water on your counter, that's fine. You need to clean up the counter anyway. Anytime you've got raw meat out on your counter, give it a good clean afterwards. And also, don't worry too much if a little bit of water gets into your bag with your meat. If a lot gets in, then you're going to have to deal with getting the water out and sanitizing whatever gets contaminated. But if a little bit of water gets in there, it's not a big deal. Even a few drops of water and stuff, you're cooking all the time. So there you have it. That is exactly what I'm doing when I'm getting air out of these bags to prepare meat for cooking sous vide. Hope that helped. Look forward to seeing you later.